Hello viewers, today we are going to discuss about magnetic field intensity or H bar due to coaxial cable. Before going to discuss about this topic, let me explain coaxial cable. It consists of two conductors. One is inner conductor, other one is outer conductor. Inner conductor carries the current, outer conductor will protect the inner conductor. And in between inner conductor and outer conductor, there is a medium. It will act as an insulation. If that insulation medium will be failure, these two conductors will be short circuited. Therefore, resulting will be zero. So in this diagram, this blue shaded portion is inner conductor. This is the outer conductor, which is having some thickness. So in order to find out the magnetic field intensity, let us assume some specifications. Let us take the length of the cable is L. This is the length of the cable. And the inner conductor radius should be considered as A. This is A. And the outer conductor radius should be considered as the B. Suppose if you want to consider the radius with the thickness, that is B plus T. Now, this magnetic field intensity can be calculated by using Ampere's circuital law. So now let me explain Ampere's law. So it states that line integral of magnetic field intensity over a closed path is equals to current enclosed by the path. Enclosed by the conductor. So it is mathematically written as closed line integral of magnetic field intensity can be indicated as H bar dl equals to I enclosed. So this is the Ampere's circuital law. With the help of this Ampere's circuital law, we can find out magnetic field intensity of a coaxial cable. Suppose if you go for some mathematical analysis, this is the current carrying conductor and this is a closed loop. For this, we can apply the Ampere's circuital law. So therefore, the line integral of magnetic field over a closed path is equals to current enclosed by the conductor. That is called as Ampere's circuital law. If you with the help of Ampere's circuital law, we can find out magnetic field intensity of a coaxial cable with different cases. If the closed path is inside the inner conductor, that means the closed path the closed path radius is R. If R is less than A, this is the case 1. That means the closed path is placed inside the inner conductor. Suppose that is the case 1. Case 2 is that closed path is placed in between A and B. That means inner conductor and outer conductor. That may be written as A less than R less than B. The third case is same closed path is placed in between outer conductor and thickness. That may be written as B less than R less than B plus T. Then the fourth case is outside of the cable. That means it may be written as B plus T greater than R. So for these all four cases, we need to find out the magnetic field intensity that gives coaxial cable. So let me discuss first case. So in order to discuss the first case, let me consider the diagram. Same diagram I'm going to consider. So in this, R less than A. That means the closed path is inside the inner conductor. So we know that the radius of the inner conductor is A. The R path will be like this. This is the R. This is R. So with the help of the Ampere's circuit law, we need to find out the magnetic field intensity. Like we know that line integral of h bar dot dl equals to I enclosed. This is the Ampere circuit rule. So here, first let us find out h bar, find out dl, find out I enclosed. If you substitute all the values here, we may get magnetic field intensity. So in this, the h bar can be radially outwards. Therefore, that may be written as h bar can be written as h phi into a phi bar. H bar can be written as h phi into a phi bar. And if you go for the dl, the differential element can be written as r d phi into a phi bar. R d phi into a phi bar. This is the h bar as well as the dl. And the current enclosed can be written as surface integral of j bar dot ds. Surface integral of j bar dot ds. If you substitute all the values in this expression, we may get h bar. So now let us go for that. Integral of h, instead of h bar, you can substitute these parameters. That is h phi into a phi bar dot, instead of dl, you can substitute r d phi into a phi bar equals to, instead of I, you can substitute integral j bar dot ds. J bar dot ds. Now if you substitute, if you simplify, this a bar dot a bar is 1 because it's a dot product. Therefore the final it may written as h phi into r d phi equals to integral, the j can be written as I by a, that is based on the current density. We know that the current density equals to current per surface area. Based on this, I can write j is equals to I by a into ds. Into ds. Next, so here, according to the cylindrical coordinate system, the limits for phi is, which is varies from 0 to 2 pi. So if you substitute those limits here, before apply the integration of the things, this h bar will be keep constant, into r is also constant. Integral, the limits is pi to 2 pi into d pi. Pi to 2 pi into d phi is equals to integral I by area. So what area you need to consider? Inner conductor area. What is the inner conductor area? Area of circle is pi r square. So therefore pi r means, what is the radius of the inner conductor? A. So therefore pi a square into ds. So for ds, r dr d phi. According to the cylindrical coordinate system, we may write phi is equals to 0 to 2 pi. This is the limits of the pi. Then ds is equals to r dr d phi. Dr d phi. And here the limits of the r is varies from 0 to r. Sometimes it may 2 units, sometimes it may 10 units, sometimes it may 15 units. That is depends upon the radius of the conductor. Now let me simplify this. So it may written as, in the left side it is h phi into r. H phi into r. Here if the integral of d phi will becomes phi, the limits should be 0 to 2 pi. Fine. equals to, then right side I by pi r square is kept constant. I by pi r square is a kept constant. Surface integral means two integrals. One is integral r, one is integral phi. It may written as r dr d phi. Dr d phi. Now if you simplify this, h phi into r into, first substitute the upper limit minus lower limit. If you substitute that, 2 pi minus 0 equals to I by pi a square. Yeah, it's a pi a square, right? So pi a square. So if you apply the integration of r, will becomes r square by 2. The limits is 0 to r, and d phi integration is phi. The limits is 0 to 2 pi. If you simplify this, h phi into r into 2 pi equals to I by pi a square into, so here it may written as, if you substitute r, you will get again r square by 2. Fine. Here if you substitute the limits, 2 pi minus 0 will get 2 pi. So if you cancel pi 2 cancel, so finally here we may get I into r square by a square. Here h phi into r into 2 pi. So from this you can write h phi equals to, here 1 r and r cancel. Finally you may get I r by 2 pi a square. This is the h phi. This is the h phi. But what is the formula for h bar? H bar is equals to h pi into a phi bar. If you substitute here, you may get total magnetic field intensity h bar is equals to I into r by 2 pi a square into a phi bar. This is the magnetic field intensity if it is in less than inner conductor. That is first case. Case 1 is r less than a. That is closed path. This is the closed path. It should be less than a. From this condition, I derived this magnetic field intensity. Now, if you go for the second case, which is in between inner conductor and outer conductor, which is in between inner conductor and outer conductor. So that is explained as case 2. That means the closed path R is less than A less than or less than B, which indicates that it is in between inner conductor and outer conductor. So for this case, what is the diagram? So in this case only I need to mention the diagram. So the diagram is, it will be R value will be placed here. This is the R value. So for the first case, it is in the less than the inner conductor. Now it is here the R value. For the second case, it is the R value. So if you want, I will draw the diagram here. This is the inner conductor, which radius is A. This is the outer conductor, which radius is B. So here it may indicate as inner conductor radius is A, outer conductor radius is B. The radius of magnetic field intensity is this one. This is indicated as R, which is placed in between A and B. So in this case also, we need to find out the magnetic field intensity by using Ampere circuit law. It may written as integral h bar dot dl equals to I enclosed. So in the previous case, I am written, instead of h bar, I am going to write h phi into a phi, because the magnetic field intensity is moving in the phi direction. dl equals to r d phi into a phi bar. If you substitute these things directly, I can write integral, instead of h bar, I can write h phi into a phi bar dot r d phi into a phi bar equals to, here in this case, I enclosed. That means the inner conductor carries the current I amperes, which is moving outwards. Whereas in case of outer conductor, which carries the current I, which is moving inwards. So outwards means same current I. So therefore, this I enclosed can be written as I. So if we simplify this, a phi dot a phi will be 1. Finally, it may reach integral h phi into r d phi equals to I. So if we apply the integration, h phi will be constant, r will be constant, integral d phi will be written as pi 0 to 2 pi. The limits is 0 to 2 pi I. So if you simplify, finally you may get h phi equals to I by 2 pi r. This is the h phi. So once if you know the h phi, we can calculate h bar. The h bar is equals to I by 2 pi r into a phi bar. This is the case 2 magnetic field intensity. So here I am done direct steps because already I have done step-by-step procedure in the first case. In the same approach, you need to follow the left side because this h bar will be same, dl will be same for the first case and second case. For the first case, this is the h bar. For this is the dl. For the second case also, this is the h bar, this is the dl. Both will be same. If the parameters in the equation will be same, whatever the case, the resultant will also same in the left side. The only change can be done in the right side, that is taken I, because inner conductor carries the current I which moves outwards, whereas in case of outer conductor, inside. That is the difference between the inner conductor and outer conductor. So this is the case 2. If you go for the case 3, the radius of magnetic field intensity circular is in between the outer conductor and thickness. So let me show you that one. So this is the case 3 I'm going to consider. So in this case 3, which is B less than R less than B plus T. That means this is the radius B. We know that this is the radius by adding B plus T. So the R value will be lies between these two. So let me write that. Yeah. So the R value will be lies here. This is the distance R distance. Okay, we need to calculate this. So for this case, how to calculate the magnetic field intensity? Here also we can use the same case. Integral h bar dot dl equals to I enclosed. Then we know that h bar equals to h phi into a phi, like previously. Dl equals to r d phi. Same thing. Whatever I am using, second case, first case, same case I am using. So if you substitute here, integral h phi into a phi bar into r d phi a phi bar equals to, here I enclosed. So coming to the I enclosed, within that, within the red conductor circle, red color circle, inner conductor is there, outer conductor is also there. And we know that the inner conductor behavior is current is moving outwards, whereas in case of outer conductor, current is moving inwards. So there is a difference between inward current, outward current, that may be written as I plus I dash. This is the current due to inner conductor. This is the current due to outer current. Why these two will be involving here is, this required circle radius is R. Within that, we'll have inner conductor. The inner conductor radius is A. If you want, you can consider here. and within that outer conductor is also there. So therefore I can write I plus I dash. I is nothing but inner conductor, I dash is nothing but current direction due to the outer conductor. Now if you simplify the left side, as I already told you, in the second case and first case the left side will be same. So integral h phi into a phi bar into a phi bar 1 or d phi equals to I, as I already told you, I dash is out current due to outer conductor, therefore minus into I dash. This I dash can be written as integral j bar dot ds. Like in the first case, I am written instead of I am going to write integral j bar dot ds. Same thing I am going to write here, j dot ds. J is nothing but current density. We know that the current density j bar equals to current per unit surface I by A. So now if you simplify this, so here h phi is the constant taken outside, r is also constant taken outside. Integral, the limits of pi is 0 to 2 pi into d phi equals to I minus integral, this j will be written as I by A into ds. If you simplify this, h phi into r into integral of this one is pi 0 to 2 pi equals to here I minus integral I minus A. A is nothing but pi r square. A is nothing but pi r square because area of the circuit. So that means you need to write this as the area. How to write this portion ma? Is first you can calculate the area of this one. That means pi b plus t whole square minus pi b square. Pi b square. So actually we want this small portion. We want this portion. How to get this portion? By subtracting this outer conductor area to the overall area. Overall area is pi of b plus t whole square minus outer conductor area is pi b square. If you subtract outer conductor area to the overall surface area, then we may get this resultant portion. Whatever the resultant thickness portion is there, that portion we may get it. So therefore that may written as pi of b plus t whole square minus pi b square into ds. So we know that ds is equals to r dr d phi. This is taken according to the cylindrical coordinate system. So if you simplify this, we may get the answer. So now let me go for simplification. In the left side, h phi into r, h phi into r. If you apply the limits, 2 pi minus 0, then you will get 2 pi into 2 pi clear equals to, here just let me take the common I. If you take the common is I will be take the common 1 minus integral 1 by pi of b plus t square minus pi b square into ds. Ds means or dr d phi or dr d phi. So if you simplify, you may get the answer. So here I can write h phi into 2 pi r equals to I, open the brace. So here this will be kept as a constant. So therefore 1 minus 1 by pi of b plus t square minus pi b square. Here apply the integral. So its surface integral means two integrals. One is 0 to r and one is pi equals to 0 to 2 pi r dr d phi. So here if you simplify, left side is common, h phi into 2 pi r is the common I. So if you take the LCM of here, it may get pi of b plus t whole square minus pi b square minus 1 by pi of b plus t whole square minus pi b square minus pi b square. So here if you apply the integration, r integration is r square by 2. The limits is 0 to r. d phi integration phi, it may written as 0 to 2 pi. 0 to 2 pi. So now we need to simplify this expression clearly. So left side is same. I'm not going to write left side. So if you go for the right side, I open the brace. So here pi of b plus t square minus pi b square minus 1 by pi of b plus t whole square minus pi b square into, this is a into. So here we'll get r square by 2, we'll get 2 pi, because 2 pi minus 0 will get 2 pi. So this 2 to cancel, finally we'll make it pi. We'll make it pi. So here if you take the common as pi here, if you take the common as pi here, this pi and this pi will be cancelled. Let me do that. But here also we may get h5. So how to find out the total parameter is, so here from this I can write h5 equals to 2 pi will be taken right side. So from this I can write h5 equals to I into, if you want to simplify you can simplify as it is, I'm keeping like this, by 2 pi r. As it is, I'm written this equation here in the braces. You can write this as h5. Once if you know the h5, you can write h bar equals to h5 into a5 bar. This is the overall expression for the third case, coaxial cable third case. So here the thing is, you need to identify the area perfectly. If you identify the area, you can just simplification only. By using LCM, you can simplify, you may get the answer. Okay, now let me go for the last case, which is called as case 4. If you go for the case 4, the R is this one, B plus T greater than R. That means the magnetic field intensity circular is more than the B plus T. That means we know that this is the A, inner conductor radius A, this is the B, this is the B plus T. So these are all the three different radiuses of this one. So the R value will be placed outside of this thing. Placed outside of this thing. So this is the radius A, R. So for this, we need to calculate the magnetic field intensity. So how to calculate magnetic field intensity is same by using Ampere circuit law. Integral h bar dot dl equals to I enclosed. Anyhow, we know that h bar equals to h5 into a5, dl equals to r d phi. Okay, if you substitute all these things, h5 a5 r d phi equals to I enclosed. So coming to the I enclosed, within this radius, red color radius, inner conductor is there, outer conductor is there. So that may written as I1 I dash plus I double dash, because I dash indicates that inner conductor current, I double dash indicates that outer conductor current. Already we know that inner conductor carries the current which is outwards, outer conductor carries the current which is inwards. So outward current is always plus direction, inward current is always minus direction. So I minus I0, it will be 0. So finally the magnetic field intensity for this case is 0. So this is the solution, this is the method to find out the magnetic field intensity of a coaxial cable in different cases. If R value is less than the inner conductor, that is case 1. If R value is placed between inner and outer conductors, that is case 2. If R value is placed thickness of the outer conductor, that is the case 3. If R value is placed outside of the cable, that is case 4. This is the magnetic field intensity due to coaxial cable. Okay viewers, thank you for watching this video. For more updates, subscribe this channel. If you like this video, Please share to your friends, and there is a one bell icon. Click on that. Thank you.